We are three founders. Mr. Arun Kumar V is our key founder, and Mr. Lalit, who takes care of the business part, who is our co-founder, and myself, Manoj, who will be taking care of operations. So we come with a vast experience of 12 years in managing the last mile deliveries and having the blue collar workforce into the systems of managing the operations. So we share a mutual experience in all the companies like Lalit and Arun have a mutual experience in Ola, and me and Arun have a mutual experience in Swiggy. So that's about the core team of the key founders for EV91. So coming to the problem statement, what we are dealing with, like we are trying to have a reliability of riders for all the last mile delivery companies because all the last mile deliveries are having a severe problem in managing the day-to-day operations of the riders and along with their cost efficiency. If we compare it with Zomato, Uber, Shadowfax, Swiggy or Flipkart, we see a major number of riders attrition on a day-to-day basis and on a weekly basis where we are trying to control it by utilizing a system of hand-holding the riders in the initial days from the date of their journey. So that is what we are trying to solve, and so far we are hitting with a better number in terms of having reliable riders and retaining them into the systems for a longer period of time with last mile delivery companies. So as I said in the earlier slide, so on a week on week basis from the last mile deliveries, what we see is we see a 30 to 34, 40% of attrition on the riders whom we bring into the system. So to control this, we are managing them with a handholding type of streamline where we make sure that every rider who is onboarded on a latest date to all the last mile delivery companies, we make sure that their problems are sorted out on a personal note. Like any rider who has joined Zepto or Blinkit or Big Basket or Leashes might have a problem with his shift or might have a problem in understanding the earnings or might have a problem in terms of his locality. We have a competitor base where they are doing the same sort of business or bringing the same number of riders. But why the last mile delivery or a rider is supposed to choose EV91 is only the absolute program that we run on a handshake basis, where we clear out their problems on an immediate tat and we make sure that the rider is happy with the system and even the client is happy with us. And in the recent terms, what we have seen, like even government of India is supporting more of EV-based logistics into the systems to control uh, the internal combustion which is being emitted and making sure of more of greener revolution. Uh,
Lot many riders are right now the facing about the financial part. It's because lot many riders who's coming out tier 2 and tier 3 cities for remote areas. Lot many people don't have any proper CIBIL score to procure the EV vehicles or to take the vehicles to purchase from their end. The lot many has I informed that lot many people don't have CIBIL issue. Lot many people don't have any proper address proof. All these things from their end. Even lot many financial institutions not ready to give a loan to riders because of their earning part. And
what you meant to say is like as we source most of the blue collar workforce from tier 2 and tier 1 cities of different parts of India. So once these people step into the tier 1 cities of India, they would be having a problem of getting a bike on their own and getting a job opportunity. So we provide both the facilities like getting a job in hand to the rider partner and getting a bike as well as an immediate solution for them in terms of renting the bikes on on a leasing model or on a renting basis on a week on week where they'll get the rental paid from their weekly salaries, because any rider is traveling from a different location will be having a civil issues, will be having some BGV issues from the bank side. So that is how we'll be helping the riders, both in terms of getting an opportunity and both in terms of owning a bike to resolve their day-to-day delivery issues. And which is also cost efficiency for all the last mile delivery companies. And here we come with another solution where we will be operating this renting model and sourcing the riders into the last mile delivery companies with all the micro hubs. So what are we doing is like we'll be placing a mother hub in the key cities, and from the mother hub we will be diluting all the vehicles to the nearby last mile delivery companies with a mini hub over there, which solves the cutting time of the maintenance of the vehicle, and again uh, getting the deployment of the vehicle in the nearby areas, which reduces the effort and time of the riders. So, coming to the total life cycle management of a rider, like where if we push the rider to use an IC bike, he would be having a burden on his shoulders about the bike, about the maintenance of the bike, loans and payments, and then with the insurance part, which is a huge chunk on the rider's shoulders. But while we are encouraging the riders to use a EV vehicle, it doesn't have a down payment for him to make the a payment to own a bike, and even the maintenance and the support of the vehicle is very smooth transition rather than using an IC bike. So that's the reason we are encouraging more of the riders to use EV bikes and to step forward to for a greener revolution. Coming to the technology, how we use about controlling the riders in terms of the asset management, like every vehicle is enabled with the GPS system in the vehicle, which is having a better control for us in terms of checking the rider's performance and even the vehicle performance as well, which gives us the security on the asset management. Coming to the earning potential, how the riders are making out and how we make out the business from the riders, what we manage is like any rider who is participating with EV91, we make sure that their minimum earning potential per month lands at 26,000 rupees per month, where a rider will be working for 26 days in a entire 30 days of months calendar cycle. And as they would be using our EV assets to complete their day-to-day job responsibilities. They are supposed to they are liable to pay EV rent of 5,600 rupees on a monthly basis, which will be deducted from their salaries on a weekly note, which is 1,450 rupees per month. So, taking consideration of their average earning potential and the amount of EV rent which is paid to us, on the overall average revenue would be landing as around 7,420 rupees. And as we charge 7% as a marginal fee for the operations that we handle for all the last mile companies, that brings in our uh, earning potential for EV91 and making a profits out of it. And all the EV vehicles which we are currently running into EV91 is running under operating lease, where we are also liable to pay the EV rent amount to all the finance companies that we are hooked up with. And overall, an average earning potential per rider per week would be landing somewhere between 7,420, and the liability which we are supposed to pay per bike to the financer is landing between 4,690. So the average margin what we make is to the 2,000 plus change on a rider on the total earnings that he makes out. So this is the same slide which and coming to the growth revenue part about EV91, like where we started and where we are currently landing. So, as I said, when we have started back in August 2023, we have made a bare minimal revenue of just 24,000 rupees, and currently we are making a MRR of 1.5 CR on a month-on-month basis, which is a almost 10 times growth from the date when we have started. And coming to the riders count also, we have started the initial month with 16 riders, and currently we are trending with 1,000 riders in the overall southern parts of India. That is again Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai, and Vijayawada and Vizag. And coming to the order numbers also, we have completed the first month of our initial rate with 1,066 orders, and currently we are trending at near about 4 lakh orders per month. This explains the chart of the revenue that we are making on a month-on-month and the order numbers and the rider count. Currently, the overall ARR that we have making out for 2023 and 2024 is about 1.5 CR that we have closed the books. And currently, we are trending around 6.5 CR for the current financial year.
This slide explain about the projections part. Right now, we are trending around, as I discussed, right now the vehicles part. If you forecasting the vehicles product right now in the March 2000, 2024, or it's around 107 vehicles. We are taking projection at least by 2028, at least 1,500 riders. EV vehicles need to be in our system, and we give a projections part as 3.45 CR from the from our business part. We are planning to aim at least by 2024 and 25 at least 35 CR from our end, and vehicles should be at least 1,800 vehicles in our system. By next 4 years, we are aiming at least 1,600 vehicles in our system, and 345 minimum 345 millions minimum riding revenue from our end.
So we are coming with a technology platform as well, wherein the rider can always choose the client from his own perspective, where he might choose Zepto. Flexibility we'll be providing to the riders in order to choose his own client and get his earnings closed. And these are the milestones that we have achieved in the recent past. Like we have completed 1 million orders in the month of June 2024. And we have received the Best Emerging Startup Award from the federation called as KTCC, which is Karnataka Trade Corporation Center. So in the year of 2023, when we have initially launched, we have our footprints only in Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And currently, we are moving towards having a more sustainable growth in all the tier 2 cities of southern India, like Vijayawada, Mysore, Hubli, Belgaum, or Tirupati, and like Salem and other parts of Chennai. And overall, in the year of 2025, from the calendar date, we wanted to launch our footprints in the northern part of India and the west regions of India. By 2026, we would like to establish completely in all the states of India and including the tier 2 cities of their respective states. So what all we are attributed in terms of rider control from EV91 is reducing the rider churn, as we have initially explained that we are having a hand-holding program where we make sure that the rider is not leaving the system in the early attrition stage. And coming to the EV part, we are trying to choose a better product for the riders whom we handle, because it is their bread and butter, where we introduce a better version for them, a better version of EV products, which will give them a longer run and a sustainable growth for their earning revenue potential. So these are the key partners which we are already participating with, that is Zepto, BigBasket, Swiggy, Licious, Blinkit, and Zomato. And currently we are in participating with the small players of their respective cities, that is KPN from Chennai, Ratnadeep from Hyderabad, and the pipeline of partners what we are trying to enter in the year of 2025 and 2026 is about e-commerce, that is Flipkart and Amazon. And currently our finance partners are Deutsche Bank, Alt Mobility, which will be financing us for the EV vehicle support, and the OEM manufacturer what we are trying what we are utilizing currently is Bigo C12 IMAX. And as I said, like the integrity part and the safety of the vehicle will be always covered by the GPS thing which is installed in the bikes. Our GPS partners are about Intellicar and OpSpot, which are supporting us in having the asset management. So this is all about our business runway that we have created so far in the last 14 months. Uh, like we are open to the questions, and if there are any slides that are need to be explained again, we are happy to help you with that.
Hey, hi guys. बेसिकली अभी जो आप फंड ले रहे हो उस फंड का क्या आप यूज करोगे?
So we are putting up in more of getting the EV units into the system, and this slight portion will be used into the marketing stunt as well to get more number of riders. जिसमें ये हम
50% purchasing vehicles, CapEx.
so we'll be utilizing most of the things into capex and opex, which where we need to grab the warehouses and the number of marketing activities as well to get the same strength of riders for utilizing the EV vehicles.
All right. I hope that answers the question. Uh, Manoj and Lalit, thank you so much for the wonderful presentations. We are now open for the Q&A. Guys, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put it into the chat box, or you can alternatively raise your hand and I can unmute you and you can go ahead and speak directly on the call. Okay, I see there is one question. Dhruv Gupta is asking, what is the exit plan?
The exit plan, right, Ashish?
Yeah.
Tell me about the exit plan. We didn't understand exactly.
So, Dhruv ji is asking that what is the exit plan for the investors who invest in this round?
Okay. Let's assume right now we are tied with the BizDet app. If anyone want to invest with the EV91, there at least there will be lock-in period will be 36 months. After 36 months, they can exist from the system.
Okay, and what are the plans for exit? I mean, are we planning an IPO or secondary buyback or founders buyback?
Secondary buyback. Secondary buyback, we given the option for secondary buyback option only. We go to buyback from the end.
Okay, all right. So I hope that answers your question, Dhruvji. The next question is from Mr. Ashok Jain. He's asking how much fund founders have invested so far.
Right now, overall, we invested, initially we invested under 70 lakhs from our end, all we three founders. Later on, we got a funding from Deutsche Bank of 2 CR. In that one, we procured 50% of vehicles from our end and 50% for capex we used from our end.
Okay. I
Right
hope
now,
that
we didn't.
yeah. Sorry, please go ahead.
Yes. Right now, this is the things we use from our end. That's it.
I hope that answers the question, Ashokji. Next question is from Mr. Gaurang Vegda. He's asking, who are your competitors? Can you give us a brief, on that
Yes.
part?
Yes, I'll be answering that question, Ashish. Sorry, Akash. So our major competitors are Loadshare Networks and Zip Electric, where they are also into the same line of business. And as I told you in the slides which I was explaining, like even they does the same business, they does the same rider sourcing and all. But how we are different from the other competitors is about the handhold program and getting the right product for the rider base.
Okay, I have that answers the question, Gorangji. The next question is from Mr. Satish Rajput. He's asking how much is the minimum investment required. Satishji, Biz Data team will be taking that question up for you. Okay. So for all the investors who are on this call, post this call, your dedicated investor relations manager will be in touch with you. They can explain you all the nitty-gritties about the round details and about the investment opportunity, and they would be the right person to guide you on that part about the investment part. Next question is from Mr. Prashant Kanu. Will it be a formal secondary offer, as in as the part of SHA? I guess this is the continuation of the exit question from Dhruvji.
As discussed earlier, at least 36 months is the lock-in period. Later on, we're going to buy back from the end. That is agreement will happen by SH only.
Okay, but
I
I
hope
hope
my essence is clear.
yeah, I hope Prashantji that clears your question. Next question is from Mr. Aman Kumar. He's asking what is the strategy to compete like Zip and other peer companies?
Well, I'll answer this question. So the strategies what we are trying to utilize is about in terms of making a compete with the competitors. Like as I said, it is the basic formula where we have to make the riders reliable and make their earning potential better in a comparison of month to month. And coming to the rider source, yeah, if we are giving a right product and a reliable product to them, definitely these riders will be attracted towards the product and the earning potential what we are showcasing. If we can make them on trustworthy, that will help the riders bring into the system and get our business growing.
I hope that answers your question, Satish ji. Next question is from Ms. Aishwarya Prohit. She's asking, how many EVs do you have on your books?
As I said earlier, initially we got received the funding from Rajasthan. In that we procured 107 vehicles in our books. Rest, we have overall right now 370 vehicles are there. Rest, whatever the vehicles are there, it's all operating leasing. Going further, we don't have plan to purchase in our books. We are going with only operating leasing. As I said earlier, this year we are going to give a projection at least 1,500 vehicles in our books. All these vehicles should be in the market. All these vehicles should be from operating leasing only.
Okay, I hope that answers the question, Aishwarya ji. The next question is from Mr. Prashant ji again. He's asking, can you talk about your profitability and committed order books in support to your projections, like more on financials?
Right now, we are running as EBITDA negative only. We are not in positive right now. By next year, August 2025, we'll touch the break even. We'll start the profitability.
Okay.
I hope my answer is clear. If you need anything additional, add from my end.
So can you please elaborate more on the order books and like how does the order book looks like for next 1 year?
Okay. After this, let me mention. Yes, some projection script. You can support. Yes. This is our projection forecasting plan from our end. Right now, as I said, we are trending around as of now we are trending around 1.5 cr monthly MMR. Orders comes around 35 millions in a month. If going to further, this is the projections we are planning right now. If you touch by March 2023, EV should be at least 16,000 vehicles should be in the market, and we are touching around 35 millions revenue from our end. This financial year, we are planning at least 1,500 vehicles in our system. Next 4 years, we're aiming at least 16,000 EV vehicles in the market.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Prashant ji. If there's any other follow-on questions, you can either raise your hand or put it in the chat box. Next question is from Mr. Bipin Kalwani. He's asking, please share breakup of revenue with gross margins.
See, I said earlier, if any rider who works at least in the system in a month, he works at least 26 days. Every day earnings comes around 1,000 rupees. Let's if any order, if we complete 30 to 40 orders, is a market trend is going. Any rider who works at least 8 to 10 hours will complete 40 orders in a day. In that, if we consider that way, minimum he'll earn around 1,000 rupees. In this one, we'll get a margin from companies. They will pay around 6 to 7% as a standard from all the quick commerce and e-commerce companies to us. In that one, we'll consider it's at least 1,820 I'm going to earn per rider. In that one, whatever we are going to charge per rider per week, we are going to charge 1,400 rupees from the rental basis from the riders. In a month, if we consider at least 5,600 rupees will come. Overall, it will revenues come 7,420 minus 4,060. Whatever we are getting the lease in the market from per vehicle, we are getting around 4,300 rupees. In that one, we are giving the vehicle for 5,600 rupees to the riders. If we consider all these things, we are going to earn 2,730 rupees per rider. Into number of riders, how many people, riders are working with us, we're going that much revenue going to I'm earning from it. This is my merchant.
I hope that answers the question, Bipinji. So Mr. Selvaraj is asking if he can unmute himself and speak. Sure, Mr. Selvaraj, I'll unmute you. Just one second. Yes, Selvaraj, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good evening to the founders of EV91. I'm Selvaraj, and
Good evening,
congratulations
Selvaraj.
for this great growth.
Thank
Keep
you.
rocking.
Thanks.
My first question is basically, what is your plan to mitigate the risk? Because the customers which you plotted, your competitors also working with them.
Right.
Basically, you are into B2B. So what if your major customer, let's say out of your 1,500 vehicle which you are looking at in this financial year, I guess by March financial year end, you
2025.
are looking at 1,000. Yeah, this financial year end, you wanted to lease 1,500 vehicles. Am I right?
Right. Right.
Yes.
And then out of which all these are going to the top players. And all these players are today, Swiggy, Zomato, what is the capital outlay in the market? They have all the resources to lease and then, work on the same model. So how you mitigate this risk? What if tomorrow they drop not just you, your competitors as well, like a hot potato? What if? What is your risk mitigation plan? That's my first question.
Oh, you're asking about how would you be controlling about the utilization of the vehicles? Let's say if the competitor is also into the same stream line of business, right, Selvaraj?
No, competition is pretty clear because you and A, B, those who are in the similar business are working with the same customers because no customer
Right.
would have an exclusivity with EV91 for that matter with anybody else.
Okay,
Okay,
I
that's your
got your
market.
question.
That's your fish bowl, right? That's where all of you are fishing. So
Right.
if I
I
am
got your question, Selvarajji. Sorry to cut you down. So yeah, right now we are signing up an exclusivity with Swiggy, Zomato, and Rapido, where we would be having a invoice, pro forma invoice, where we'll be establishing the number of EV units which are required for the respective companies which I've just mentioned. So where we'll be
when you
having a no loss of business opportunity.
no when you say exclusivity, that
Yeah.
has a different meaning, right? So why should they sign exclusivity with operator A? They can sign
Because
with
currently we are the top players amongst the vendors which I have mentioned in the companies. We have good number of riders where our reliability or the retention of the riders is also on the same expectations as per the last mile delivery companies.
and that's for how many years? The contractual obligation is for how many years from, let's say, Zomato?
So this particular exclusivity, as of now, it is signed for the next 2 years of time. Post again the performance review, they will be extending the agreements.
Okay, so that's a rider, right? We don't know. What if, for example, 500 vehicles you lease and you deploy, 2 years later, if they drop you, who is liable to the NBFC to pay the EMI, and how you would manage that crisis? I'm just uh, asking
Understood.
the right
Understood.
question just to
So
understand. Idea is to mitigate the risk. I'm not trying to
yeah,
pinpoint.
understood. Yeah, understood. So we have an alternate plans as well in order to control the uh, things which you're saying. So we are also trying to open a marketplace wherein an individual customer also can order has own purposeful needs, where we would be always requiring this blue collar workforce to deliver the orders, and at the same vice versa, we will be having this vehicles utilized for the individual business partners or the individual users as well for their own day-to-day needs. So this will also have a controllability in both the terms of risk mitigation and the usage of the EV units which will be procuring.
Okay. So my request is, as long as you have a good risk mitigation plan, then there won't be any turbulence. That's my request. That's one point. And what is the reason for working with only one OEM, which is providing you a bike? Is there any
Right.
advantage with them, or
Uh, Yes, yes. So we, as I said to you in the earlier slides, or like in the explanation, that we are trying to bring up a good product to the rider base whom we are tied up with, because the more reliable things that we introduce in the market or introduce it to the riders, that is how their lives makes easy. And this is an Indian-made product where we do not see a huge outage time or the downtime of the vehicle from the date when we are accumulated this units.
so is the vehicle comes without battery, or you're
No, it
leasing?
is inbuilt with battery.
Okay. And
We are also
the
testing
charging,
some other OEMs as well, where we are more interested in terms of the Indian make units, which will be having a reliable systems in place.
yeah, I have a reason to have that question. You know my background, and I wanted to understand, what is that in your mind? Because again, if dependency is on one OEM, and all the OEMs, the emerging startups, also need tons of money
Right.
to handle the operations, to manage these, to honor the SLAs, right? So
Completely agreed, Mr. Selvaraj. Completely
yeah,
agreed. Because if I go for a CKD model, which is just an assembled vehicle, there is a huge chances that the vehicle may break down at any point of time in the midst of the road, which will cause a hamper of rider reliability into the system. And coming up to the SLAs, which you have just mentioned, we will not be having any control on it because, like, uh, the reliability, what we are looking in terms of the OEMs also matters in managing the SLAs. So that is the reason we are very keen about choosing the product into the system and very keen about getting the right things into the system.
it is extremely important to have a post-sale support, roadside assistance, because for the riders to earn that 26,000 rupees, every kilometer matters for you and that particular
For
rider.
the rider, yes.
So my understanding is you're open for other OEMs as well, right?
Yes, yes,
Definitely,
certainly
we
we are.
offer
And we are
training.
also testing another company, which is Battery, which is into the testing level program.
Okay, good. So my last question. You talked about what is the round? Is it CCPS? This specific round, the funding round, is it CCPS or equity?
Ashish, are you going to answer this question?
Yeah, Selvaraj, this is the round details will be shared to you separately by Bhargav. He can take that up on a separate case basis.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Right now, what is the total funding requirement, and all that will be shared later. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Today is only a discovery session, if I'm right.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much to the EV91
Thanks,
team,
Selvaraj.
and
It was great
also
discussing with you.
my pleasure, and also to the BizDev for facilitating this
Thank you
conversation.
so much, Selva, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we have a few more questions into the chat box. I'll be taking them through now. Uh, in the meanwhile, guys, if you want, you can go ahead and raise your hand if you and I can unmute you to ask questions. Meanwhile, the next question. Okay, the question is from Mr. Raman Kumar. He's asking by how much time your EBITDA is in profitable. I mean, he's asking EBITDA profitable. How much time will it be taking to get EBITDA profitable?
August 2025 will touch the EBITDA positive from our end.
I hope that answers your question, Amanji. So moving on to the next question. It's from Mr. Ashok Jain ji. He's asking after this round, when will the next round and how much you will raise?
After 3 months, we're going to raise. That will take it by BizData only. Investment, but Ashish will take it.
Ashish, like I think you will be able to answer this question, right, from Bhargav.
Yeah, we will be able to answer this question. So we are, taking up this round, and it is going after this round. We'll provide you the details of the round. No, sorry, Manoj. He's asking about the next round, the one which we have committed. After that, when we are planning the next round.
After 3 months. After 3 months.
After
Lock-in
3
period will
months.
be 3 months. Yes, lock-in will be 3 months.
Okay. All right. So the next question is from Mr. Gurang Veda again. What are the safety procedures for your EV vehicle from riders?
So it is under the periodic maintenance that we are trying to cater with, wherein we have a clear maintenance system and we track a kilometer circumference as well, like what is the month-on-month utilization of the vehicle. And as the vehicle is also GPS enabled, so we have our infra systems where we always have a catch on the vehicle. So that is how we bring in place.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Next question from Mr. Sharad Nagpal. Who are your competitors in the market and what are their pros and cons against your business model?
As explained, sir, like our competitors, as mentioned, like Zip and Loadshare and Express and such. So, as I said, even these people have the same business model, same number of riders, what we deal with. But the only chunk or the differentiation what EV91 and our competitors has is about the hand-holding program and the great product that we are financing it to the riders, which is giving them the healthier EV management in terms of getting the higher revenue.
I hope that answers your question, Sharad. Next question is from Mr. Raman Kumar again. He's asking how much working capital does bank finance to you and what is your monthly run rate to meet the obligations?
We got it loan from CGTMBC scheme under from Deutsche Bank. It's overall 2 CR. It's not working capital. It's a term loan. We got it. We're going to pay EMI already. One out of 36 months is already closed by 14 months. Right now, remaining by next 2027, all the EMIs will get clear.
Okay, I hope that answers the question, Amanji. So next question is from Mr. Prashant Kanuji. He's asking, uh, follow on to the previous question, how much and are the revenue numbers inclusive of rider earning? If yes, please explain your earnings and your margin.
Yes, it is inclusive of the rider earnings. So as the slide represents, so the average earning potential of a rider is landing between 26,000 to 28,000 rupees per month. And if the rider is overachieving and overperformed, then he'll be able to earn somewhere between 35 to 40,000 as well. So that is how it brings in place in terms of the total MRR.
Okay. Uh, all right. Can you please go on and shed some light on your unit economics?
Uh, that's a complete different thing, Ashish. Like we need to share it in person about the unit economics. This
Sure.
PPT doesn't include it on that.
Okay. Okay, sure. We'll take it up separately for the investors if required. Okay. So I think we are done with the questions, guys. If you have any other questions, please feel free to go. Put it into the chat box, or you can raise your hand. I can unmute you, and you can ask your questions.
Ashish, a small request from our end, like the investor who has asked about the unit economics, we will be able to share it on a personal note where we can have a inside discussion on it.
Understood. Understood. All right. There's one question from Mr. Vivek Nathwani. He's asking about the valuation. So the pre-money valuation for Voice, aka AV91, is 20 CR.
Right.
I don't see any other questions. I think we are done. Uh, Last few minutes. Okay. All right. So Mr. Prashantji wants to ask you questions. Sure, Prashantji, unmuting you. You can unmute yourself and ask your questions, Prashantji.
Yeah, thanks. Hello.
Hi, Prashantji.
Hey, hi. Quick question on the revenue stream. Can you explain your earnings and your revenue minus the riders one? Because as of now, I think you are presenting the consolidated revenue figures, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Can
So
you give your revenues and your profitability minus the rider figures?
yeah, sure. So our revenue depends upon the margins that we claim on the clients and the EV rental amount minus the operating lease of the vehicle that we charge for the rider. So as mentioned in this slide, the overall actual revenue or the average revenue that we take it as a profitability from the rider is landing between 2,700 rupees. And the more number of riders that we increase, that will help us in generating the key terms of revenue.
So what is your MMR ARR as per your revenue
The
figure?
ARR for 2023 and 2024 is 1.5 CR that we have landed with. And currently, our MRR is trending between 1.5 CR to 1.8, and our current ARR is trending between 6.5 CR.
So you did 1.5 CR in 23-24, right?
Right. That was for the entire
Year.
financial year.
And this year you will be doing?
This year, we'll be landing between 18 CR.
18 CR, sorry, your earnings, right? Not the rider's earnings.
No, no. Including the rider earnings, we'll be landing between 18 CR. If we exclude it, we'll be landing between 5 CR.
5 CR. Okay. And so that is the projection I was trying to ask, like understand. So 1.5 last year, this year 4.5 to 5. How you are anticipating for FY26 and 27? Your earnings.
20, yeah, 26, 27, including rider earnings, we are trying to land between 50 CR. And apart,
No,
if
no,
we
your earnings.
exclude,
Your earnings. Yeah, your earnings
yeah,
only.
our earnings will land between 10 to 15 CR.
10 to 15 CR. Okay. Okay. And by 2027, 28, you are trying to reach out to
Yeah,
16,000.
the double
16,000.
X.
Okay. Okay. What is the valuation trajectory you are looking into right now? Like you said that you will be raising money in 3 months' time. So, like, why 3 months immediately after this? So, is this not fulfilling the need, operations need, or something?
So as we are trying to expand and bring more number of AV units and get this things particularly involves in both the OPEX and CAPEX model, that is
Mhm.
how it will, it is, I mean, we are trying to push more number of rounds so that we can expand in a larger way.
But why more number of rounds? Are you going to increase the valuation, or you are doing
Yes, we are going to increase the valuation.
in 3 months?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, if I understood right, so you are raising at 20 CR right now. So technically, you are doing a bridge round, and then you'll be raising it in 3 months' time. And what valuation and how much you'll be raising again?
That will be taken care by BizDate, Prashantji.
How much you will be raising? Forget the valuation. How much you will be raising then?
We are trying to make a next round of raise between 40 CR.
40 CR.
Yes.
Currently, you are raising 5. Sorry, you are raising 5, right?
Yeah, currently it is under 5 CR. Yes.
Okay, so next round you are going to raise 40 CR. Okay. Any
Yes. Yes.
so again, being invested in this ecosystem, 40 CR means you will be figuring out on the lead investor or something because it's going to be a big one. 40 CR is the higher side, right? On the table.
Right, Prashantji. Like as I explained, the most of the conversions will be helping us in terms of expansions and the uh, raising this valuation of the company as well.
Okay. 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 The only thing that is not resonating very, very clearly right now is like, why the round in 3 months only? Like, you can do it right now, or you can do it in 3 months. And the round size is drastically different, right? It's like 5 CR right now and
Right.
40
As
CR.
I explained in
Yeah.
the for the earlier questions, like we have an exclusivity plan with three major clients who are into the last mile delivery companies. So in order to cater their particular requirements and get more deeper into the system, that is
So when you say
required.
exclusivity plan, that means that somebody will be going out of the business, right?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So if there's a exclusively, signed with you, say Swiggy will be exclusive partner with you, then
Right.
are you saying that they are not going to sign any, or there won't be any EVs running apart from you on their platform? What is the exclusive deal? Like, what
Right.
is the exclusive deal?
Right, exactly. You have landed on the same question, Prashantji. So once the exclusivity is signed, so it will be a dedicated partner for us in utilizing more number of EV units only from EV91.
So okay, so that means that you're technically, if I would be in a Zip or a Blue Wheels or Zivo or anybody else, then possibly I'm looking into my business going off the track wherever you are there, right? So technically, my vehicles are going to be off the track, right? If I am invested in
Yes,
any
yes,
other.
yes, exactly. The competitors' vehicles would be off the track, and the utilization would be from EV91. Yes,
And you have a commitment already done, or like what level you are?
yes.
Because
The agreements
I-
are in place.
I'm just
It's under
asking
review.
two questions on this part because this is a big one. Like, this is actually big.
Right,
If that
Prashantji.
converts, it completely changed the whole game on wherever you are present right now.
Right, Prashantji. So the things what I'm talking about, like it's in place. The agreements are under review, and hopefully by December first week, it's going to be closed.
Quick thing again. Sorry, I got muted in between. I was speaking. Uh, by when you will be able to close this, and at what level you are? Like, is the 100% conversion that is going to happen, or like, can you throw some lights on that exclusively? Like how
Yeah.
the deal is
So
going?
this is so the
Yeah.
discussion is already done with the major clients which I've mentioned, and
Major
it
clients is
is
like
going to have
Swiggy.
a closure. Sorry,
Major clients are your major clients will be,
Swiggy, Zomato, and Rapido.
and that will be specific to your locations, right? Like it will be
Yes, the southern
how
states
far?
currently.
Okay. 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 Uh, one more thing, possibly, like, why will they do so in terms of exclusivity when they have a larger pool available on the ground if they go with multiple vendors? Just asking
Uh,
out of my curiosity
As
of.
I mentioned, Prashantji, the more number
uh,
of reliable riders that we have given them so far from the last 1.5 years, and the performance evaluation of that particular riders has been taken consideration in terms of signing the exclusivity.
So how, like, how you are, what is the baseline, what is the benchmark, like how you are faring as compared to them,
Sorry?
how you are faring in the riders, reliability? as compared to others? What is your rider's
So,
reliability
right. So
versus?
on everyday basis, we connect with the riders who are underperforming or who are recently joined into system. We make sure that every rider is being pushed and making equal revenue as per the existing rider base.
No, that is understood. That every organization is doing, right? Swiggy is also doing. Sorry, wherever the other your Zip Electric and they're all doing the same thing. How you are better? Like, what is the matrix
Zip
by which you are
Electric
better?
isn't doing that, Prashantji. Zip Electric isn't doing. We always make a market comparison about reliable riders and the attrition part. We are trending between 10 to 16% of the attrition currently, and the other competitors we can see, which is ranging between 30 to 35%.
Okay, okay. And when you see the other competitors, who are they?
Like Zip, Loadshare, ExpressBees, and Shadowfax and such.
Okay, okay. Great. Possibly I will be connecting beyond this call via BizDat to you. Okay.
Sure, Prashant, sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Prashantji. I hope.
Sorry. One last thing that possibly just reiterating it. So you will be raising those 40 CR round after you have signed the deal, right?
Yes.
Uh, the deal is going to be like massive because can you throw some light in terms of what if the deal goes through? What is the numbers you are looking into? Numbers as
In
in like
terms of
how many?
deployments.
Yeah.
In terms of deployments, Swiggy and Zomato would be taking 500 units each in all the southern states, and Rapido exclusively is signing up with 1,000 vehicles by March 2025.
But how come that is exclusive? Because these company almost on the South India side they are already engaged on a much the thousands of numbers, right? So 500
Right.
vehicles like again uh,
Like
exclusive
this
doesn't
would be
sound like.
the initial perspective that they have given us, and later which like once we give a better performance on the EV units or the number of riders that we are promised to, then the numbers will be having another scale of communication
Okay,
with them.
okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope your questions are answered, Prashantji. Moving on, uh, I have one more question into the chat box. It's from Mr. Raman Kumar. I mean, it's up to you, Manoj, if you can take this. He's asking the promoters take their salary from company. If yes, if take, then how much?
Right now, all three data are there, and I'm taking around 60K per month. Manoj is charging 1.1, and Arun is taking 1.5 per month.
I hope that answers your question, Amanji. Moving on, Vivek ji wanted to ask few questions. Vivek ji, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Yeah, hi. So sorry I missed the beginning. So there might have been some of things I missed, but it's just coming back to the most recent discussion. Firstly, you said you're the same size as Zip. You said that, right?
Right, Vivekji.
But you're not though. You're not, you're a fraction of their size.
Sorry?
I mean, you're a fraction of their size. You're a
Right.
fraction of the size of Zip Electric. So why did you say you're the
Yes,
same
yes.
size as them?
So Zip has started its business in 2017, and we have started in 2023. So seeing the uh, size of revenue that we have made it only within 1.5 year, that's
Okay, but
the
that's not how you compare, right? That's not, that's ridiculous argument. That's not how you compare. I mean, when they started, you said you're the same size as them. You didn't correlate it to any time frame. I mean, they're probably 100 times your size. That's one. Two, I find it very hard to understand why a Ziggy or a Zomato would ever do this. Sign exclusively with a new player who's got hardly any, stuff on the street and move away, which is what you're claiming, from a Zip Electric that they've been using for years. So this sounds a bit, honestly, far-fetched to me.
right,
But you're
Vivekji,
you're
but
saying you've got an exclusive agreement, so
right.
we can wait
So
to
as I
see
said
that
to you,
sign.
like as I said to you, the exclusivity is signed only in the southern parts of city where we have a strong base network, and we are also more reliable in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well, where
But
Zip is
still,
not
the numbers that you're talking,
participating with.
but the numbers that you're talking about are minuscule, and they would need many more. So it doesn't make sense. And then you said that you, on the first hand, you to begin with, you said, they're giving us this exclusivity because of our performance, blah blah blah. But then you said it's 500 here, 500 there, and you asked why isn't it more? It should be more. And then to that you said because we have to show our performance. So on the one hand, you said we've got this exclusivity because of our performance, but they're still only giving you 500. So
Yeah,
that
but the
also doesn't
reliability,
make sense.
right? But the reliability of the EV products that we bring in, even that has a potential thing that they need to test on, right?
Yeah, but you're saying you've been doing it with them for 1.5 years, right?
Right,
So
but this
surely in one and a
EV,
half years, they've got an idea of what you can, how your performance is.
right, this EV integration part with EV91 has been done recently within like last 6 months of time. Before that, it was completely the IC bikes which we were providing. So that's the reason the numbers of uh, which I've mentioned is a bit low in terms of comparison.
Okay, so by exclusivity, you mean that they are going to say, they're going to sign you up and they're going to tell Zip and Expressbeat, sorry guys, now we're only going with EV91, right? That's what exclusivity means. Is that, are we on the
Yes,
same understanding?
yes.
Okay. Another thing, you had in accord, I think one of your charts mentioned March 28, your revenue would be 35 million. Is that correct? I can't remember. I think I saw it on
One
one of your
second.
slides. It said FY28, I think 35 million.
Yes, sir.
Super.
Yes, sir. These are projections part. If you place
Yeah, so
60,000 EV
revenue
vehicles in the market,
forecast
next 4 years, aiming around
16,000 EV
60,000 EV
vehicles.
vehicles. Yes, 60,000 EV vehicles.
Yeah, so 16,000 EV vehicles. And bottom says ARR of 35 million, right?
Correct.
No, so the financial year 25 you were aiming for. So, no, so what is, I can't, I'm out. So March 28, 345 million. So 35 crores, you're saying, your top line,
Correct.
correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. But 16,000 vehicles, I think you said, so per rider, you make 7,000, right?
Correct.
So
Nothing but
7,000
not
times, sorry? 7,000 times
2,000,
16,000.
2,730, sir. It's actually not 7,000.
Okay, so those numbers don't correlate though. That 335 crores at just do 16,000, that 16,000 figure, 16,000 riders times the revenue you make per rider should equal 35 crores, but it doesn't.
So not all the riders will earn the same thing, sir. It's depend upon it's. I will take it
Okay,
in
so what is the
average basis only.
average? What is the average? Yeah, what is the average?
Average will comes around 16 to 15K, sir, in a month per rider, because all the riders will not work
60.
for 26 days, and earnings will not going to come up to the mark. It will consider
So,
it average. It's 14 to 50,000 per month.
okay, and this is the overall revenue, right?
Exactly, sir. Correct.
But if it comes to even 15 to 16,000 is maybe 24 crores, not 35. That's still, you're still one third off, which is a huge amount. What do you get if you multiply 16,000 by 15,000?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It is landing between 24 CR, what you have mentioned. But as we would be adding more number of riders, that is how it will be pulled off to the projections what we are seeing for the
No,
next
no,
5 years
but
of
you
time.
cannot, you're projecting 16,000, so that has to correspond to a revenue number. It's nowhere
Right.
near the revenue number you projected. I mean, you can't, I mean, it has to match now.
I understand, sir. I think there is a small correction that requires.
Okay,
Anyhow,
it's a pretty big
like
correction, I would say, but yeah.
right, like I think there is something missed out from the backend team from us. We will just
Okay,
check back on it and we'll share it back with you,
okay,
sir.
okay. The other thing you said is, yeah, what do you mean by it? There will be a 36-month lock-in. What did you mean by that? You said any investor coming in, there's a 36-month lock-in.
So there is no compulsory part. At least minimum we are going to lock in required at least 10 to 12 months. Maximum will be 36 months. Sir.
No, but what do you mean by lock-in?
Buy back the
Just
shares
explain that
first.
to me.
To
I
buy,
don't.
to buy
So
back
on
the
what?
shares. First.
So on what basis will you be buying back the shares? Let's say even in 36 months.
After the completion of after 36 months, we'll see the valuation of the company. Based on that, we're going to have the shares on the list.
No, but that again is like what do you mean based on? So you're not saying anything now. You're just saying, and none of this will be given in writing, right? Are you going to give something in writing that we'll buy your shares back in 36 months at this price?
No, sir. Based on the valuation of the company at that time, we're going to buy back. So the argument will be there. The number will not be mentioned in that one.
And who will come up with that valuation?
Market only, sir. Hello.
Okay. Okay. One last question. You just said that you're going to raise 40 crores in 3 months, correct?
Right, sir.
Okay, but your valuation is 20 crores right now, right?
Right.
I can't see it growing drastically in 3 months, right? Unless something magical happens, even if it doubles or triples or quadruples, which is highly unlikely, that 20 will become 40, might become 60. So if you're raising 40
Prashant,
crores,
yeah, Prashantji, like not exactly in 3 months of time. Like one of the investors have asked, like when would be the next round? So as we are in tie up with this date, so I mean the next round that can be pulled off is completing after 3 months of time, not within that.
okay, so let's say it's done in 4 months. You're saying, right? So in 4 months, your valuation is unlikely to, let's assume it doubles. Let's assume it triples. It becomes 60 crores. So if you
Right.
raise 40 crores and your valuation is 60 crores, you're giving up, I mean, you don't have it that, you can't, basically you don't have, the size of the company is not large enough to raise 40 crores.
Right.
Okay, right. So then what I mean, that's something you should think about,
This
right?
I think we need to check with our team once again and just give us some short time, Prashantji, so that we can give you a brief on this by connecting on a like one-on-one call.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm done. Thanks.
Okay. I hope Vivek ji, you got your answers.
Ashish, there is a disturbance.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
No, we can hear you, but there is a disturbance when you're in. It's cracking.
Just one second. Okay. Is the disturbance gone now?
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, perfect. So I believe Vivek ji, all your questions have been answered. We can connect more on this after this call as well. Apart from that, I don't see any other questions. Guys, if you we are already over the time. If you have any other questions, please feel free to connect with your dedicated investor relations manager. The expectation is that after this call, our team will be in touch with you to discuss further about the investment opportunity in EV91. And if you have any other questions or any doubts, you can pass them through to your investor relations manager, and we can pick that up with Manoj, Lalit, and the EV91 team. On that note, thank you so much for everyone for joining in, and have a great weekend. Over to you, Manoj.
Thanks, Ashish, and thanks everyone for the wonderful opportunity and the time taken to listen about our organization. Looking forward for any other proposals, and there are any questions also, we can always get in touch with.
Thank you so much, Manoj. Thank you so much, Lalit. Thank you everyone for joining in. Take care. Bye-bye.